Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Ready to Love Season 2, whatever the newest episode is. I think it's episode 8, episode 9. I hope you guys are doing good today. It is Monday, so I am late. I'm just getting back from out of town. You're going to hear me say that a lot over the next couple of weeks. And just now being able to recuperate, I was with my line sisters celebrating our Delta crossing anniversary. It was a good time. I laughed, I cried, tears of joy. And I just had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. This is my first time really getting to enjoy New Orleans like I wanted to enjoy New Orleans, just getting some of the history and all of that. So it was a really, really good time. And I'm always happy to be in their presence and celebrate because we have had a tough year of illnesses and a death. And tomorrow's not promised. So it was just good to be able to get with them and celebrate each other. Anyway, you guys are here to talk about Ready to Love, so we will talk about that first. And then we're going to get on to the BS that is Love and Marriage Huntsville. Ooh, child, I'm glad that show's about to be over. So, and this one too. So let's get to it. So I don't know whose idea this was for the Meet Your Ex-Girlfriend segment. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe y'all were feeling it. You can let me know, but that's what they decided to do for the episode. So let's start out with Mario and Tandy. Now, Mario and Tandy have had the better connection of all of the groups. I'm in a noisy area, excuse me. Of all of the groups, they have pretty much had the better connection, but I think we're going to see that start to change over the next couple of episodes. So when we meet Mario's ex, we learn that Mario has some control issues because the ex had on some blue nail polish. Mario didn't like it and was calling nail shops and saying, my lady needs to have her nails done over. I don't like this blue nail polish. You guys need to fix it. You need to change it. All of that. So he likes things a particular way. And when he likes his woman to look or behave in a certain way, he's very vocal about it and he is going to push for it to be that way. So I guess Mario wouldn't like my nails because they are definitely blue and I did them myself. But Mario's not feeling all of that. And so Tandy is kind of recognizing that maybe he does exhibit some control issues. If you can think back to that whole I'm the squirter thing that happened before. But she has pretty much let Mario know she will not be controlled. And if he doesn't understand that, then it's not going to work. Speaking of it not working, what's going on with the connection he has with this other woman? Well, Tandy very casually drops the tea on us that her and Reva are actually friends. They knew each other before the show. They've been friends for about 5 years. So the situation is a little awkward. They've been in a situation like this before where Reva wanted another dude that Tandy actually was with at the time. And she put the heart eyes emoji underneath his picture on Instagram. And she had to check her on it. Let me tell you guys something. If I have to be fooling with stuff like this well into my late 30s, early 40s, possibly even 50s, just forget it. Okay, just forget it. Just forget the whole thing. These is grown women. We talking about heart eye emojis on Instagram. My sister doesn't even talk about that. And my sister is 21 years old. Or is my sister 20? Either way, she young. Okay? And she doesn't even carry on like this. So I'm just like, what? And I don't know if I would come on a dating show with my homegirl and then me and my homegirl be interested in the same type of dude. Like, I'm not risking my friendship over no dude, first of all. But secondly, are you guys really that close of friends if you've had these kind of problems before? I don't know. I don't know why Reva's there in the first place. Nobody has a strong connection to Reva. She's just sitting there wasting her time when she really could be dating other people. So I'm pretty sure in a couple of episodes, she will definitely be going home. But that short hair looks good on her. You need to keep that, Reva. I thought it took years off your appearance. You look really good. But Reva and Tandy and Mario, that whole circle is messy. And y'all too old for that. This is disappointing to say, but Darren and Ashima are not going to make it. It's not going to work. Darren has switched up on Ashima completely. I felt like everything that Darren did in that scene with those dogs, I'm not going to say he was overtly rude, but I think he was trying to test her. And the way he was trying to test her was in a passive-aggressive manner. To me, it was. So Ashima gets there, and Ashima I don't think you got no drinking problem, girl, but the show keeps showing you what a drink in your hand. Like every scene, you turning up some wine. But I'm just letting you know how the show trying to do you, girl. But she gets there. She meets the ex-girlfriend. The ex-girlfriend's name is Courtney. Courtney doesn't have a problem with his dogs, of course. They were together for however long of time that they were together. It seems like she may have broken up with him. And when Ashima gets there, the dogs are immediately at the door. She sits down. The dogs are in her face. The dogs, y'all know how dogs are, okay? Especially big dogs. Big dogs don't know how big they are. So they have a tendency to sit right next to you, just like a little dog would. But the only thing is, the little dog's down here, the big dog is up here, and they're right, by your knee or right by your waist, and they're all up in your face. And the labs were no exception. They were probably happy to see Ashima, probably just being friendly. But Ashima has already expressed to Darren how she feels about dogs, and she feels anxious with them being in her face. I think some people probably would have thought that Ashima was carrying on extra. Me personally, I understood. I am not a dog person, but I don't mind being in the room with dogs, but I don't like them in my face. I don't like them on my lap. I'm definitely don't want them around me when I'm trying to eat. I don't like them breathing in my face and panting and carrying on. I will neck your dog. Now, I won't do it hard, but I'll kind of just be like, okay, if this the dog, just come on, back up, just a little bit. I won't push it, but I'll guide it very gently. If it is panting in my face, I don't like that. So I understood where Ashima was coming from. I think that Darren wanted to see her level of comfortability, but to me, he could have asked her some simple questions before she got there, and that would have cleared the air. I thought it was funny that he acted like it was a crazy question to assume that the dogs had a bedroom when the dogs sleep in the bed with you. If they sleep in the bed, they might have a bedroom. I don't know why that's so taboo. That made sense to me, but he was trying to treat Ashima like she was just dumb for asking the question. Then he tested her even further by saying that he might go into business with his ex-girlfriend. Of course, Ashima was just like, okay, that's kind of weird. So do y'all still have any type of feelings for each other? The way that Courtney said no, I'm not sure. It was something about her no that didn't really seem like a for sure, I don't have feelings. But I could have read that wrong. Y'all can let me know what you think. But yeah, I didn't like the way that Darren moved throughout the entire episode. Later on, he decides to go with Thandi on a date, which is fine because it's a dating competition, but you're only doing it because now you see yourself not really having this thing with Ashima, but you haven't discussed it with Ashima what the deal breakers are for you. You're just kind of acting like there's nothing wrong, and that's what I have a problem with. If you have an issue, say the issue and face it head on, but don't try to treat me like I'm crazy for thinking that there is one. But I'll get to that in a minute. Him and Thandi's date was just okay. The first question I expected him to ask Thandi was, do you like dogs? But instead, they end up talking about his favorite color. They also addressed the fact that neither of them really wants any more children, that's good to know. And they seem to be cool, have a good conversation. I don't see anything happening there. Well, later, when Ashima finds out, I'm really glad that Ashima just kind of addressed it like, well, I'm not going to go there with Thandi, even though Thandi did break the girl code, which, honey, there ain't no girl code because y'all not friends. Okay, you didn't come on this show to be friends. I know that Ashima helped to wipe Thandi tears when she was sad about Mario, but guess what? It's a dating competition, and it just kind of is what it is. I know it seems cutthroat, but that's how the show is set up. So I'm glad that she did not get raw with Thandi and instead went to Darren. When she went to Darren did exactly what I told you guys earlier. You talking all big and bad in your one-on-ones about your dogs and how your dogs are so important and you love your dogs and it's going to be a deal breaker if Ashima doesn't like dogs. I don't understand where she's coming from with this because my dogs are this. My dogs are like my kids, which I done told y'all those are not kids. They're property. They're not kids. I know you love them. I know we've domesticated them into being in the house. Even though before all animals were pretty much in the wild. I know we've domesticated them, but they are not children. They are your property. Okay, fine. Got it. But I don't want to upset the dog people because so far we've been getting along good. But you know that your dogs are a deal breaker and you know you have to be with somebody that loves dogs, but you sitting there playing with Ashima like nothing is wrong. Oh, I can come over here. It ain't no problem. I can drive my car over here. It ain't no problem. But when she said, can you back the dogs up from me? You didn't understand where she was coming from. So it's just like, stop it. You know there's an issue. You know you're uncomfortable. You know you don't really see it for her because of this issue. You are ready to love your dogs, okay? Not her. And so you need to just keep it real with her and tell her that's why you went out with Tandi, because you're not really sure about the two of them. What's wrong with a little honesty around here? Anyway, let's move on. London and Alexis go out. And the ex-girlfriend's name, I don't remember her name, but they go out. The ex-girlfriend, you know, she cute, light skin, whatever. And so the ex-girlfriend is shady from the very beginning. You know, she already trying to get it in with hers. And she just like, oh, y'all look cute. Y'all cute together. And Alexis is just like, okay. She kind of see what's going to go on. So the ex-girlfriend is asking questions about her last relationship. She is wondering if Alexis and her ex are still talking. If you guys are still in communication, that's kind of a red flag, don't you think? Because me and London dated years ago and we're still friends, but you and your ex was just dating last year, and you mean to tell me y'all still talking? There's some kind of connection there. Alexis doesn't agree that there's still a connection. I don't agree that there's still a connection. I mean, you can still be in conversation with your ex and the relationship be over. You know, as long as y'all are not hanging out and meeting up, that's totally different. And she was just like, I talked to him, but there's nothing there anymore. I'm moving on. Well, how do we know you moving on? I mean, who's to say? Because y'all just recently broke up. So Alexis tells her she a little feisty, and she is, to which she responds, well, I'm a Leo. Okay, I'm a Virgo. She a Taurus. London, what are you? Who cares? All right, I hate when people respond to that like, I know you're supposed to be describing your personality, but a Leo or a Taurus can still get these hands for talking to me crazy. I don't care what your zodiac sign is when we talking about this here. It's kind of like when people be like, well, I'm from LA and I'm from South Carolina, but you know, can you fight? Okay, that's the questions that we're asking. Not that them two about to get them up, but I'm just trying to use a comparison. So, Alexis is just like, well, I feel like you are doing a lot in regards to London. Do you still have feelings for him? To which old girl responds, oh, no, I don't have feelings for him. I'm just trying to feel you out. I'm just trying to see where you coming from. Whatever, ex-girlfriend. This is a bad idea. All of this was a bad idea. Whose idea was this? Somebody getting fired. Okay. Brent. Now, this is interesting. Brent and Devin go on a date, and we get to see a little bit of a different side of Brent. Devin says that she feels like Brent is fine. I wanted to be like, girl, Brent is fine and boring. Now, conveniently, Brent's ex is not available to go on a date with any of the women because she just doesn't have the availability. I believe that is all lies. I believe that Brent's ex is dead. I don't believe she's alive anymore because he killed her of boredom. I think she was bored literally to death. That's, you know what, let me not say that because I'm gonna kill that lady. She probably still alive. God bless you, girl. I don't want you to die. I was just trying to, you know, get a little sarcasm off, but you know what, not at your expense. I was wrong. But Brent's ex conveniently couldn't show up for a date. I'm not buying any of that. Brent to me still has something to hide. There's something about him that is just way too secretive. But we do get to see him come out of his shell a little bit more when it comes to Devin, and that's because Devin is flirtatious. There's a lot of kind of sexual innuendo talk going on. They start talking about martial arts, and he's telling her how much he like her feet, which that tells me a lot because you guys with them foot fetishes, y'all always be weird. I don't know why. Y'all just always have a weird little vibe about you. So that explains what we got going on with Brent. He is touching on her feet a little bit at the dinner table. I didn't see any hand sanitizer exchange, so I guess he's just eating foot juice. And then shortly after that, they go out to the parking lot to say goodbye, and kisses are exchanged. And I mean, it was pretty hot. I was like, okay. I don't know what this is. I don't trust it, but okay. Y'all, what y'all think about Brent and Devin? Y'all think it's something there? The kiss was all right, though. I'm going to tell you what kiss wasn't all right. And we're going to move straight into Alexis and Carrie. Y'all, when I tell you this day had me cracking up, I rewound the scene so I could watch it all over again. So first we got Carrie, you know, his confidence is through the roof. He comes in with his ex-girlfriend. Her name, I believe, was Tevin. Tevin, you can look at her and tell she is an older, wiser woman, and you are not finna get one past her. Nice shape, beautiful hair, beautiful smile, just a good-looking woman. She gives Carrie a hug, and Carrie begins to explain how much he likes Alexis, how mature she is, how he really could see something with her. He loves their conversation. He loves the way they get down, this, that, and the fifth. So she comes in, and I don't know if, what's her name? What did I say her name was? Tevin. It started with a T. I don't know if she knew that Alexis was younger, but she looked surprised to me when Alexis walked in. So she begins talking to Alexis and just wants to know where they are. Are they on the same page with what the other person wants? And what about children? Well, Carrie says he's open to children, and he believes that a legacy is one of the most important things. You know what he said last week. Alexis is confused by his answer because just the other week he said that he definitely wanted to have some children, but now he's saying he's open to it, which is a little bit different than saying you desire to have them. I'm open to it means you want it if I want it, but I want to have them means that you're going to be participating with me. Carrie is older. He's an empty nester. He ain't really trying to chase no more children around, and that's just the long and short of it. So that age gap is starting to play its part as we knew it would. But even more than that, ex-girlfriend wants to see the chemistry. She's not really convinced. I said, girl, neither are we. So what I need y'all to do is, I want to see y'all kiss. I said, now, is she trying to get a threesome off? But then I had to remember this is an older, wiser woman. I believe what she wanted was to see if Alexis was really about that life. She probably had been watching her during the date, had been watching her motions, had been trying to see if she was leaning into Carrie, if she really liked him like that. And I bet you she was sitting across the table like, child, I done been here, done this. Okay, I done tried to get me a sugar daddy off too. Y'all don't got no chemistry. As a matter of fact, let me see a kiss. So Alexis is just kind of looking Carrie up and down like, don't touch me. And Carrie said, you know what? You can kiss me on the cheek. So Alexis is cool with that. Girl, she go in for that kiss on the cheek, and Carrie kissed her on the mouth. And when I tell you that Alexis looked like she wanted her lips to be anywhere, but at that particular table, she looked like she was about to throw up. She looked like she wanted to wipe all her lipstick off. She looked like she was about 5 seconds from getting her purse, running in the bathroom, and proceeding to get the napkin and scrub. She was disgusted by that damn kiss. And I was laughing because I was just like, that's what you get, Alexis. That is what you get because you've been trying to play the game. And when it came time to literally pay the piper, that Carrie said, gotcha. You got to wake up early in the morning to get a kiss in the cheek over on me. So Alexis kind of turns around and she's just like smirking, like she wants to throw up. And older wise, the woman is just like, yay. All right. I said, girl, we here. Me and you are here. I see what you did and I liked it. So now Alexis got to go because she about to throw up. So she just like, I got to get up out of here. She don't appreciate Tandy. She don't appreciate Carrie coming in for the kiss. She don't appreciate the ex telling them that they need to kiss. I said, no, you don't appreciate the ex calling you out because she saw what you was doing. After the kiss, she now knows that her and Carrie have no romantic attraction, and she's just going to have to admit that to him. She should have admitted that to that man a long time ago. But we're going to move on. So, let's see. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, when Darren and Ashima met up again and Ashima confronted him about the fact that he was going on this date with Tandy, Darren kind of made it seem like she doesn't need to worry about what the situation may be or the connection may be between him and some other woman. Just worry about our connection. There's nothing wrong with the two of us. I just kind of wanted to see where that went. And when Ashima does ask a question, hypothetically, what if I were to live in your home? What would we do about the dogs if we got more serious? And he's just like, I feel like that's an extreme question for a third date. Oh, now it's an extreme question. But when you were talking about your dogs being in the bed with you and whoever you were with had to understand that, it wasn't extreme then. So she's trying to get the answers out of you, but you're not giving them. But I already talked about that. When the ladies meet up again, they just kind of compare notes. They talk about the date and how it went with London and the ex. Alexis feels like she was a little feisty over him. As far as Carrie goes, Terry moved in for the kiss. He stole it. I wasn't comfortable with that, and I'm now seeing there's no romantic attraction, but I owe it to myself to see what's going on with London, and I wanted to be like, girl, ain't nothing going on with you in London either, but okay. Reva is just a fool on a show. Like, nobody is interested in Reva like that. Reva's not really interested in nobody like that. She talking about Mario needs to go ahead and make his move. What move, girl? There's no move. You need to make your move, and the move is off the show. Tandy, your hair's still cute though. Tandy is telling them about the controlling ways of Mario, but also revealed the fact that she went on the date with Darren, which I already talked about. Ashima's upset that Tandy went on this date with Darren. Feels like she broke the girl code. There is no girl code because it's a competition. And she chose to talk to Darren about it, which was right, but she doesn't think she is going to get over the dogs, and I 100% understand, girl. Just move on. Darren wasn't that considerate of how she felt about him in the first place, so yeah, just move on. I'm not saying that he has to get rid of his dogs. I'm saying baby steps. He didn't try to take any, so forget it. Who else am I missing? Devin talks about the day she went on with Brent, to which Alexis is like, well, when we went out, he was really chill. Well, girl, we ain't talking about you. We talking about how he was with Devin, and he wanted to do martial arts and rub on her feet. I'm sorry you didn't get that kind of thing with your date with Brent. Then we also move on to, is that everybody? I think that's everybody. So yeah, that's what went on. Ultimately, they decided Carrie has to go. Alexis is the one to break the news to him. I love the way you compliment me and how you make me feel. However, I owe it to myself. Like, she made the whole thing about what she had going on. I owe it to myself to see how my connections work with other people. Carrie didn't take any hard feelings, and I think Carrie's going to be all right, because a lot of the 40 plus club down below in my comments and other comments seem like them panties might have been wet for Carrie. So go ahead and do your thugs dizzle and do your thing, Carrie. I think he's going to find a woman very quickly after this show. And we thought that, who was it? Darren, you know, they tried to make it seem like he might be on his last leg, but he wasn't. So we'll just see what happens next week, because they're going to be in a cabin in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is around my neck of the woods. And yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. So we'll see then. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm going to move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Pray for me as I step forward in that faith, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.